Hi, welcome to my channel, Heavenly Help. My name is Mia. I am a certified cognitive behavioral therapy practitioner. And what I like to do on this channel is I like to take some of the techniques of CBT and I like to integrate those techniques with some of the precepts of Christianity. And I like to combine those so that I can help you develop a plan that's going to both help heal your heart and mend your mind. So, with that being said, I have been on a journey, guys. I have been on a self-help journey. I've been on a self-love journey. I have been on a self-work journey. Listen, any type of journey that includes the word self, your girl's been on it, okay? And I'm bringing you right along with me, so get ready because we're going. We're going together. Now, today, I just want to briefly touch on the topic of the fruits of the Spirit. You know what I found, guys? I found that it is much easier to develop healthier practices than it is to get rid of old ones, that don't serve you any longer. Because it seems like when you focus on not doing this anymore or getting rid of this, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. And in the meantime, you're not learning anything new. However, when you grasp on to new concepts that are positive, right? And that are life-changing, that are they reinforce positive behavior. Well, then those old ways of doing things will fall by the wayside because you really can't hold them both. It's like, having your hands full, right? You can't really pick anything up until you drop. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, Mia, if you have your hands full of stuff, technically, it's not possible for you to pick up anything new without dropping something, right? But if you're anything like me and you've been carrying something around for a very long time, even if it's no longer, serving you or adding any value to your life, the fact that you have carried this thing for so long, it could be months or years even, whatever it is, it's still going to be hard for you to let go of it because you've become so used to it. But say like you're shopping, Christmas season is coming up, and you've been going to the store picking up everything that you see that you like. And then you get finally to a spot and you see something really pretty and really sparkly and really shiny, and you don't have any room. But you're going to go grab for it, aren't you? And something's going to fall, right? So sometimes we just have to grab it and let the stuff fall. Don't put too much focus on what you want to lose. Put focus on what you want to gain. And that's with anything in life. There are 9 fruits of the Spirit, right? Yeah, 9. We have got love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And today I just want to touch on the first fruit of the Spirit, which is love, the most important fruit, actually. And the reason why I believe it's the most important fruit is because if you adopt the fruit of the Spirit in acts of love, then the rest of the fruits of the Spirit will be that much easier. Because once we learn how to love, then the rest of the fruits will be that much easier to cultivate, right? And really the fruits of the Spirit, they really dictate to us how we're supposed to live our lives, right? How we're supposed to not just be in a relationship with other people, but how we should be in relationship with ourselves. And again, that comes back to self-love. So don't forget, when you're learning to love on others, learn to love on yourself. The good thing about love is love embraces. It's the total opposite of fear, right? Because fear resists. Fear pushes away. Fear says no, right? Love says yes. Love says, come on in, right? Have a seat, and get comfortable. And that's the kind of God that we serve, right? We serve a God of love. Actually, that's what the gospel is built off of, love, right? How God loves us and how we are supposed to cultivate loving relationships so that we can live healthier lives. I remember listening to someone speak, and they were talking about, the differences between, heaven and hell. Of course, heaven, everybody wants to go to heaven, but people are afraid of hell, when you hear about what hell is like. But guess what? The fear of hell has never stopped or prevented anyone from sinning, ever, right? All of us who are believers, we are all aware of hell. We are all aware that hell is there waiting. That doesn't keep us from sinning. That doesn't keep us from doing things that we have no business doing. What gets us close to God is our love for him, right? And we learn to love him when we learn about how he first loved us. And one of the ways we can implement the fruit of the Spirit, love, in our lives is to serve, right? And that's basic. That just starts off basic with a question every day. Lord, how can I serve today? How can I serve someone today? It may not be a specific person. It may be an organization. It could be anything. But how can I serve today? It is better to give than to receive. And it's been proven. Because serving takes the focus off of ourselves and it puts it on to others. So if we're going through situations in our life that are trying us, right, that are kind of taking us there, that make us feel uneasy, then when we serve others, that gives us a temporary reprieve, right? We're not focused on our problems. We're focusing on the needs of others. We're focused on what can I do for him? We're focused on how can I help her, right? Because we can tend to put too much focus on ourselves. And when everything's not going well in our lives, that can push us into depression. But we're not going to go there today. But we do want to take the time to focus on others, right? That's the number one thing that we want to do is ask, how can I serve? And I guarantee you, if you ask God, how can I serve today? He's going to show you, right? He's going to show you. So when we serve others, it also lifts our spirits, right? It takes away all of the monotony of our lives and what we're dealing with every day. And it reminds us that we can make a difference. And when we are reminded that we can make a difference, it boosts our self-esteem. It helps us to feel better about ourselves. And guess what that is? Self-love. So when you love others, that turns into self-love. God is so good because he sets it up like that. We send out love and it comes right. Another way we can operate our love language is through availability, right? Just being available for someone. We may not have to physically serve. We may not even have to speak. We may not have to do anything but listen, but just being available. It's nothing worse than a person who tells you that they love you, but then they're never available for you. When you need something, they're never there. When you need to talk to them, they're not there. If you need somebody to go somewhere with you, they're not there. They're just never available, but they say that they love you. And so I find that being available is an important key in loving others and expressing your love for others. My grandmother, she is 97 years old. And when I go and visit her, it's just her. She just lives in her little senior apartment. And whenever I leave, she expresses her gratitude for me coming. And it kind of makes me feel some kind of way because I'm like, you're my grandmother. Like, you helped raise me. You don't ever have to thank me if I come out here when I come to see you, whether it's for 30 minutes or 3 hours. You don't have to thank me. But you know what? She's grateful and she expresses gratitude. And we just sit, right? We just talk. Some days she's not feeling her best. So we don't do much talking. Some days she's feeling really good and she's talking. And I'm just listening. I'm not really talking. But the fact of the matter is I'm available. And so that's what you want to do too, is be available. Be available for others. Be available for opportunities. That is a great way to express your love. Sometimes people just want your company. They just need your presence. They just need to sit with them, or they need you to listen to them. So be open to that. Be available. Show your love through availability. And finally, last but not least, certainly not least, another way that we can express our love language is through prayer. right? Through prayer. Pray for others the same as you would pray for yourself. And I mean in all earnesty, right? Go all in when you're praying for someone. And if it's a person that has asked you specifically to pray for them, then I always ask them, how would you like me to pray for you? So you can know, what their thoughts are, concerning what it is that they're lacking, what they need, what they want. And then I'll also go to God. But I'll always ask them, well, how would you like me to pray? If that's not the situation and you just notice something, you're being observant, or someone's going through a hard time, then pray. And you know what? If you don't know what to pray, you can always, always, always ask God. And you can stay basic. Stay basic, but be earnest. Pray like you were praying for yourself. Pray like you were praying for your mother, for your sister, for your brother, for your child. Pray. That's beautiful. And I'm going to tell you what, if I know someone's praying for me, and I know that there are many people who have always prayed for me, that is love in a nutshell. And finally, I just want to end on some of the things that love is and some of them that they're not. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. Love is not irritable or resentful. Love does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with truth. And you can find that out of 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. Have a blessed day.